The 3 keys to homeownership. Neil, let's talk to them and break down the 3 keys to homeownership. What are those 3 simple keys?
Credit, income, and assets.
It's not that complicated, guys. In reality, you just have to understand what the components are, and we'll walk you through each individual phase. But first, let's go through these 3 keys. The first one is credit. What do you need to know about credit? You have to have, in the old days it was a 580 credit score. Since everything's been going on with the financial situation and the pandemic, it's changed. Some banks and lenders are now requiring a 640 middle score. So you have 3 scores. The middle score, there's a high, a low, and a middle. The middle score has to be 640 in most cases. Now there's some banks that want it to be 700, but because we're brokers, we have many options and multiple lenders to choose from. So 640 is ideally the goal you want to shoot for. The next thing is you want to have multiple accounts. If you only have student loans, that may not be enough. You want to show a diversification of loans or accounts, maybe a credit card, maybe a car loan, a student loan, a personal loan. You don't have to have all those, but you want to show at least 4 to 5 open accounts, because this way it shows that you can handle and manage your credit accounts. What that also leads to is on-time payment accounts. On-time payment history is the heaviest weighing factor in your credit score. The more that you can show that you can pay on time, the more comfortable a bank or a lender is going to feel in giving you more or additional credit.
And that means just because you paid it to date today doesn't mean you're on time if you were late 4 months ago.
Right.
You have to pay every month on time, and that's by the due date or before.
Right. Next thing we want to talk about, guys, is income. What do you need to know about income in order to qualify to buy a house? Go ahead, Neil.
You need 2 years of income. Now, when I say 2 years of income, you could have been unemployed for a couple months, but 2 years before that and you started back, 2 years of full income. It could be 1099 or W-2. You could be 1099 for a year and a half and then you went to W-2. That's awesome. But if it's really involved. If you're a W-2 and you just went to 1099, that could be a problem, and that's where you're going to have to call us and we'll explain it more.
Right. So that's really important from an income standpoint, understanding if you work for yourself or you're a 1099 employee, you may have to wait 2 full years of tax returns filed. Not just having worked for 2 years. They need to do what's called an income average of the adjusted gross income, but we'll explain that more later for those of you that actually are 1099. The last thing would be assets. Neil, what constitutes assets to qualify in buying a house?
I don't have any. Money in the bank, money in your checking account, savings account. If you have a 401 at your job, and if you haven't signed up, sign up immediately. A gift from a relative, a friend giving you a gift, not a loan, a gift. That's considered assets. And when we say assets, we mean the down payment money. Where's your down payment coming from? Like, I've had people say I have assets. Well, they say, well, I own a car. That's not an asset. It is, but it isn't, unless you can sell it. It has to be a liquid asset. So it doesn't count as far as that goes. Some gold in your jewelry does not count. It's savings account, checking account, a 401k. Even in mattress, there's a way to show the mattress money, but not all at once.
Yeah, mattress money, shoebox cash, that stuff has to be seasoned, which means if it's your money, it's got to be in the bank for 60 days, and you have to show proof that it's been there 60 days. If it comes as a gift, it could be 30 days seasoned, which means on the 31st day, your rich relative or your favorite aunt can go and get that money, get a bank statement, and then show that it's been in there for 30 days so you don't have to wait the full 60 days. But again, it's better for you to talk to us first. Set up an initial phone call. The cool thing is this, we're not even going to run your credit. What we're going to do is we're going to ask you a series of questions that will tell us theoretically whether or not you would or would not qualify. And assuming that you do qualify, and we know that they're going to love us, right? Then we run your credit. Once we run your credit, that is when it'll tell us whether or not to move forward right now, in which case we will give you step-by-step instructions, or we may say, hey, you have a little bit of work to do, but at least we'll put you on the path so at no point in time do you have to feel afraid or scared or lost.
If you have 2 of these things, there might be a way to get the other one. So if you have good credit and good income, and then you don't have assets, we can talk about that. We can show you a way to do that. If you have credit and assets but not income, you can get a non-occupying co-bar. There's ways around it. You need at least 2 of the credit, income, or assets.
And then one thing we will say, guys, we also do offer a credit program that if your credit for whatever reason isn't where you want it to be or isn't where it needs to be, that is something we can also sign you up for and help you with. It will take a little bit of time. Credit does not happen overnight, but it is something that we can help you with once we assess what's actually going on. So if you'd like to learn more about this, if you're interested more in either qualifying to buy a house or learning if you do qualify to buy a house, send us a little message, comment below, click the button, submit your information. Just reach out to us one way or another, guys. That is why we are here. While everybody else is panicked and locked down, we are still working, we are still educating, and we are still helping.
We are non-judgmental because both of us have been where you are, wherever you are. We've started there. So don't think, we don't judge anybody.
Yep.
And there's nothing that I haven't seen. I'm going to write a book one day, but yes. So don't worry about it.
So there you go, guys. Give us a call, send us a message, reach out. Stop thinking about it, because the more you keep thinking and do nothing, the longer you're pushing that dream out of actually owning your first house. Or maybe your dream house, or your second house, your beach house, whichever it is. All right, give us a call, send us a message, let us know how we can help you.